it's me, NBA fan, and last night was a crazy night. As we all know, the Clippers and the Mavericks faced off like normal, and then the Mavericks ended up beating the Clippers by 51. At half, it was by 50. See, the crazy thing that no one really talks about in that game is that they only did score 27 in the half. The Pelicans beat the Spurs, okay, normal. Wizards and Magic, and then you have the Nets and Hornets. The Hornets beat the Nets? Yes, they did. That's crazy, and it was only by 2 points. And then you have the Cavs beating the Sixers. Now, yes, they didn't have Embiid, but how good does he play that he's going to really stop all those points being scored? And then you have the Knicks and Bucks. I think this is the most crazy blowout because the Cavs have actually been pretty good this season. I don't understand. They had all their players, and somehow the Knicks just go off with, you know who, Julius Randle. They have the Golden State Warriors and Bulls, which is actually going to be the game that I go more in depth in, especially that is the really last crazy one that actually happened. I mean, the Celtics and Pacers were kind of crazy. I mean, the fact that the Pacers beat the Celtics after being swept 4-0 2 years ago was kind of insane, and they're pretty similar teams to now. So in this game, you see that there's a couple of players that weren't doing so great, like Brad Wanamaker. He did get a solid 5 assists. Michael Mulder, he actually did get a nice 7 points, so that's not bad. And Kevon Looney did pretty good also. James Wiseman just had a bad game. Hopefully we're not turning into reality, especially that James Wiseman played against 2 very good teams with 2 solid centers. So I think that he is still a very good player, and it was just one game where more players took all the weight from him, which is actually better for him. So let's start here with Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins looks like he's coming back to his potential that he was supposed to be this season with 19 points, 4 assists, and 9 rebounds. That is what Andrew Wiggins is supposed to get. He averages a couple more points, but the assists and rebounds do kind of make up for that. So I think if he can just do that 19 point, 4 assists, 9 rebounds a game around the whole season, I think I'll be pretty happy with his outcome. Now you have Juan Toscano-Anderson. He's better than how he played. He just didn't have a good night. But as I said with Wiseman, I think it's that other people are trying to take the weight off. They're not trying to take the weight off. They're just taking the weight off because they have to. Because they're scoring a lot and doing everything. And so then you have Steph Curry, the best game of the entire night. He had a very good game. As before, he did hit 105 3-pointers in a row in practice. That was only 2 nights ago. He comes back into the game and has a breakout game, I'm pretty sure, for the rest of the season. And hopefully he averages at least 25 through 26 points throughout the rest of the year because of this one game, putting up 36 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds, which means he probably could have at least put up like 50 if he didn't get all those assists. You never know. But either way, I'm happy with his performance, and it was all in 36 minutes. I'm happy, and I hope that this is his breakout game. Kelly Oubre Jr., he's not came back yet. He just couldn't do it. He got a very solid 11 rebounds, and if he can put up 11 rebounds every night, I'm okay. But the 8 points, he needs to average that, at least like 15 or something. If he can do 15 points and 7 rebounds and 2 assists, I'll be very happy. But he doesn't even have to get all 7 rebounds, and I'll still be happy. It could be 3. Damian Lee actually played a pretty solid game. He's Stephen Curry's brother-in-law, so you would expect that a lot of his talent comes from learning from his brother-in-law. And also, his brother, because, anyway. So, he didn't have a horrible game, but he didn't have a great game. He had a good game. 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. So, yeah. Eric Paschall, I think he had a very good game, and hopefully this is his comeback game from not playing very good. And he's played similar to this last year, but actually slightly better. But hopefully he gets a breakout game like this again, and he keeps going. Stephen Curry and Andrew Wiggins had theirs. It's now Kelly Oubre's turn. And James Wiseman, if he's going to fall into a huge slump because of this game. Kevon Looney didn't play a great game. He was supposed to be very good this season. He just didn't do it. And so that's pretty bad. Then you have Brad Wanamaker. He had a nice amount of assists, and especially for a low IQ point guard like him. But the 2 points I'm not happy with because he did happen to play 14 minutes. Although 5 assists is fine. Jordan Poole actually kind of had a good game. In 13 minutes, he scored 10 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. I think that is a very solid game for 13 minutes, and it's Jordan Poole. He's still very young, and I think cutting him a little slack is okay, but next year and to the year after, you're not going to really want to do that. And Michael Mulder didn't do that good, as I said before. He can do better, but in 11 minutes, 7 points isn't horrible. Especially if he got like an assist or 2, then it would actually be a good game. So those are my thoughts on the Golden State Warriors game, and my prediction for them with the rest of the season is that Andrew Wiggins is going to stay like this. He's going to be a good player again. Juan Toscano's still waiting for a breakout game. James Wiseman, I'm expecting him to come back next game if he doesn't go into a slump, which would need him to have a breakout game. Steph Curry just had his breakout game, so he's going to be averaging like 25, 26 points and a couple assists for the rest of the year, I'm guessing, unless he goes into a slump himself. Then you have Kelly Oubre still waiting for the breakout game. You have Damian Lee actually doing pretty good. I think he could score a couple more points. Eric Paschall, he did pretty good, so he might have just had his breakout game. Kevon Looney was still waiting, although he did give 4 rebounds and 4 assists and 8 points in 17 minutes, which isn't horrible, but I think if he upped the points to 10, I would have said it's a good game. Brad Wanamaker, he's a low IQ point guard. He got 5 assists in a game. He should up the points too. Jordan Poole actually didn't play bad. It was only 13 minutes, and he did do bad, but I think if he got 1 more assist or 2 more points or 2 more rebounds or something like that, it would have been better. And Michael Mulder, 7 points. He should fill up other stats too. So I think those are my predictions and my thoughts on the game. And I think the Warriors are going to be better after this game. And they're going to be better for basically the rest of the year, as now the Chicago Bulls are 0-3 and the Warriors are 1-2. It says 2-2 and 0-4, but I know the real one. And for this, we didn't actually shoot that good from the free throw line. The Bulls did. We shot very good from the free throw line. Probably Curry, because he's the best free throw shooter, 3-point shooter of all time. The best mid-range, probably Kevin Durant. From the field, we didn't do that great compared to the Bulls. We probably just shot too many threes, and then everything else is kind of average. So these are my thoughts on the game. And remember, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, socialize it, because I need more popularity, basically, to get any likes or subscribers. And goodbye.